What's up guys? Excited today because we're finally going to unveil this project. We finished renovations and Helen and I just broke our back cleaning the whole property. And so now we're going to show you what it all looks like. And also, this is not your HGTV, dream reality home. This is just a nice, affordable home built with durable materials that are designed for sustainability. And so affordability and durability, that's what we're going for here. And so now I'm going to show you this property. And so here's the front room. As you can see, we put in LVP, which is luxury vinyl planking throughout the entire house. And it looks like hardwood, but in reality, it's actually, in my opinion, better because this thing is waterproof and scratch proof. It'll last you forever. So take a look at the room. There's new paint, quarter round, and baseboards throughout. Put in new hardware on all the doors too. Painted all the doors as well, painted them white. Now follow me to the front living room. Same thing here, new floors, paint, quarter round, baseboards throughout. Kept the same windows, new ceiling fans, paint. This is the little dining area, which is elevated from the bottom. New light fixture, just a little nipple light fixture, paint, and baseboard. Now we're moving into the kitchen here. And we kept the tile floor, so luckily we didn't have to pay for the flooring in here. I thought it was good enough to keep. And what we did here was we kept most of the kitchen too, actually. These cabinets are the original cabinets. We just refinished them with the stain and hardware. Original granite countertops here. We did in place a new sink, so this is the new sink here. And well, I got lucky because I used Facebook Marketplace to buy the entire set of appliances. So it's a matching set of appliances. Nothing fancy, but they're all working and they're all pretty nice. So we got the fridge, dishwasher, microwave, and stove for 500 bucks. Can't beat it. If you'll come down the stairs a little bit, we have our first bathroom here. And this one was the most work, I'm not gonna lie. Because we needed an all-new vanity mirror, needed a new toilet, and originally this was just a half bath. And so we spent a lot of time converting this into a full bath and installing a brand new tub. So none of this was here before. This is brand new, we just put it in. And it looks great. Now here is the main living room. And here, floor and paint. We even kept the original light fixture. This is a brand new window because this one was broken, so we actually did have to replace this window. And the chimney's the same, we just painted the mantle here. And we have the sunroom edition, which is a cool room because there's so many windows and has fantastic natural lighting. And like I said, all we did in here was
washer and dryer.
We just put the washer and dryer outlet out here. We didn't do anything at all, actually. We just kind of touched it up from what was, looking a little old. I think we did put in one new window that was broken over here. So this is the brand new window, but as you can see here, here's most of the work because the washer and dryer hookups were on the other side in the bathroom. And I thought, who wants to do laundry in their bathroom? So we moved all that out here. You've got your dryer duct and plug in. So that's pretty much the sunroom here. All right, now check out these stairs. All we did here was pull out the carpet and we stained the hardwood. And I think it came out pretty fantastic in my opinion. Now over here we have the guest bath, which has a brand new floor as well. And this is just what do they call it? The roll mat. We just painted the cabinets here. We kept all the original fixtures. Mirror. The only thing that's new is the new shower head, or not shower head, sink.
Faucet. And
shower head here. The tub is the same as well, so not too much work in here either. We kept a lot of the original things. Next, bedroom 1 and 2. Both kind of identical. Like I said, paint.
Do you remember the first room?
Oh yeah, originally they let their kids just draw over the walls in here, so it was a disaster. It took probably like 8 to 10 coats of white paint to cover everything up. And so that was a kind of a annoying
closet over there.
Yeah. And so it just has a new light fixture as well. Same with this one. New light fixture, paint, flooring, just transforms the room. And the master bedroom. Same thing here. Paint floors, light fixture, and now the master bath. Originally, there was like a, I don't know, like a cutout here with some pillars that were broken. And so we just filled in this entire section with drywall. And so covered this whole thing up, painted it. And the master bath here too, kept everything the same. Mirror, fixture, we just put in a new faucet and refinished the cabinets. So we did this one on a budget and we stayed pretty well within the budget. Here, everything's original. Didn't do anything at all. Changed the shower head. Everything else is original. And that's the completed renovation. So like I said, it was a budget job. We did this with limited funds and we made it happen. So I'm pretty satisfied overall. It did take longer than expected. I think we're 2 to 3 weeks behind schedule. It happens. There's so many things that pop up. Like with this house, there was a plumbing thing that popped up, so we had to take care of that. There was this cleaning issue that happened, so check out Helen's vlog to see what we did there. Just like a ton of little things that added up and backed us up 2 to 3 weeks. So I would say biggest point of advice, just plan that contingency. Like things never go as planned. Murphy's Law will kick in and it's just gonna take longer. But like I said, I think this project took a total of almost 2 months, about 2 months, probably like 2 months to complete. And I think it looks fantastic. And I'm gonna show you guys the numbers, on my rehab numbers, you know, what I purchased it for, just show you my profitability off of this project, because all in all, it's a great deal and I'm gonna make a lot of money off this one, so stay tuned. All right, so here are the numbers, and this is my favorite part. I love running numbers and just seeing what is possible with the right financing. And remind you, this is a BRRRR deal, which stands for, you know, buy, renovate, rent, and then refinance. And so these numbers are going to be a bit more complicated, and I'll try to break them down as simple as I can, and so we'll see how this goes. And so, of course, I zeroed out the property address, private information, but approximately 2,000 square foot, 3 bed, 3 bath, 1989 built here. So here's what I believe the after repair value will be. And remember, the after repair value is the house completely renovated and ready to go. And so we already had an appraisal done with the initial construction. And so they appraised the ARV to be $180,000. Now I will have to get another appraisal once I go to refinance, but it's a good benchmark just to see like what this thing could appraise for. So right now we're sitting at about $180,000 of ARV. I bought this thing, the purchase price, for $92,663. And I bought this from a courthouse, and that's a whole nother video I can go into where how you bid at the courthouse, because you can buy properties basically on auction there. So I got this one at Steele. I mean, obviously bought it for about half of its after repair value. So I only bought this thing for like $92K here. So pretty dope. Now the rehab, closing, and holding. This is where, you know, calculating your numbers really comes into play here, because this will make or break the deal. And so here's where I'm going to click it just to show. Oh, it's not going to highlight it, but up above it shows you I spent about $18,500 to close on the property, because I used a hard money loan and they required, I think, like 20% of the purchase price, so something like that. And so I have about $18,500 that I had to come in with my own money to close this deal, plus about $16,600 was my total rehab and I already added up all my numbers. So this is the final rehab price. And so the entire rehab came to about $16,600 to complete this property. And then holding costs you have to consider. So, you know, paying the utilities while you hold on to it. And then also I have to pay interest because it's a hard money loan, 12-month interest only. So the interest payments come out to like around $650, $700 a month. And utilities runs me, let's see, probably a couple hundred a month as well. And so I factored in 2 months of holding because we only took 2 months where I actually possessed the property, and after those 2 months, I plan to rent it out. So all those costs will be kind of on the shoulders of the tenant after I get it rented. And we just listed it last week, and my property management believes that we'll have it rented within a week or two. So I put 2 months worth of holding costs, and I anticipate that the tenant will be moved in by then out, and those costs will be factored out. So this is the closing cost, which is the 18.5, plus the closing, or not the closing, the rehab, which is the 16.6, plus 2 months worth of holding, which came out to around like 1,400, and that's where I got this like 36,460 from. Kind of a rough number, but it's pretty mostly accurate. So that brings the total cash outlay to this 129,123, and that's just this cell plus this cell. And so that brings me, this is the total cash needed to complete this deal. So all in all, this deal took about just shy of 130K total to complete this deal. And like I said, I only came up with the 18.5 at closing in my own money, and then the everything else was paid for by my hard money lender. So the lender paid for the other 80% of the purchase price plus the rehab. So I put down the 18.5, and that's all I put down into this deal of my own money. But this is where it gets sexy, because it's about to get really cool. And so once I go to refinance, and since it has a lien on the property, I have to wait 6 months. But after 6 months, I'm eligible to refinance. And that's where you get this bank loan amount. There's $135,000 here. And so that's just basically, I think they loan up to 75% loan to value. And so 75% of this 180, you get this 135K. So they'll basically take out a loan for me for 135K. And then I'm able to pay off the hard money loan with this money. And so also factored in closing costs, because you have to consider closing costs to close it initially with a hard money lender, and then closing costs on the back end when you go to refinance. So it is kind of expensive here, because I guess it was the lender I used or something, but the costs were a little high. So almost $11,000 worth of closing costs when I factored it all in. But that brings my total cash invested after refinance, $5,000. I want to show you why this is significant, because I will only have $5,000 left into the deal after it's all completed. So there's this total cash outlay plus this closing costs, and then you subtract that from the bank loan amount, because I pull all this money back out of the deal on the back end when I refinance. So all in all, when I go to refinance, I pay off the hard money loan, and I've put in a standard 30-year mortgage. And in the end, I come out with only spending $5,000. And this is holding over a 6-month period. And that's crazy. $5,000 for a brand new renovated property. But it gets better. Let me scroll down very quickly, because I'll show you under this bank finance column. I'm going to have 25% equity, which is worth $45,000. So I have $45,000 of equity already built into the property, and I only spent $5,000. Now, this is the power of the BRRRR deal, because these numbers are crazy. And just to run you through these things real quick, property taxes are about $2,100. Insurance will cost me about $650. It'll rent for $1,300. I didn't include, there's no housing association fees. Repairs, I also left blank just because it's a brand new renovation. I really don't anticipate too many repairs coming up. Just a standard 5% vacancy rate, 10% management fee. And I don't know why it's populated like that, but it's 3% rental increase, 3% appreciation rate. And so looking into the financing, it's going to be a 30-year amortized mortgage. I assume I'll probably achieve somewhere around a 5% interest rate. With cash out refinances, the interest rate is slightly higher, because I know the interest rates are at an all-time low, but around 5% is where I think I'll fall. And so if it appraises for 180, I'll get a LTV of 75% of 180 here, $45,000 in equity built into the property. And now check this out. This is gangster right here. This is real gangster shit. So cash on cash year one return, 37.22%. 37% return on my money here, year one. Now, cash on cash year one, plus the principal pay down. So when you include the amortization of the loan, we're at 76%. So all in all, at the end of the day, check out these numbers. 157% total average annual return on my investment. I know no one is beating this in the marketplace, trading stocks, so 157%. So I hope this made sense to you guys, because I know it got kind of complicated here, but like I said, they'll loan 75% of the total loan to value, so that brings me to 135. Pay off my hard money loan, put in standard mortgage 30-year amortization, $5,000 left in the deal, $45,000 worth of equity built in the property.